can't recall.
Oh, so but I think it was like already they've seen what 14% drop in review stars in the SERPs.
I saw that. That was cool. That was actually a really good article you shared. It was MOZ.
Yeah.
Um, I don't dislike MOZ as much as some people.
No, they got some good stuff actually.
They're
very data oriented with
they have
their
access to lots of data.
Yeah.
People are too quick to listen to any Tom, Dick, or Harry that they think makes good content, and they'll throw shade at. What did MOZ do? 30, 50 million? I mean, they're a pretty big company.
Yeah, they're big.
They have lots and lots of data.
They're definitely big. And at the end of the day, there's tons of data, period, and no data sets match up perfectly.
Agreed.
It's all correlation. So just to even have massive amounts of data to get that kind of insight. And I thought it was really interesting. Did you see where they reported the industries?
Dude, I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay, you go for it, yeah.
No, it's okay. It's on you, man. You're on fire.
Finance and real estate.
Health.
Yeah.
This is like
you could tell where they were looking, like, target. If you're an SEO, they were going after your review stars. Like, these were financial, apparel,
law and government.
Law, yeah, exactly.
It was interesting. I always, my ears always perk when I see anything with finance and health, because it goes back to the your money, your life kind of things that they have in the quality, the standard quality guideline ratings or whatever. Mm-hmm. You go through that. So essentially what that is, I know it's that huge couple 100-page doc that gets shared, or 200, whatever it is.
That was like 160 or something?
It's big,
like
yeah.
That's long.
It's the big doc that Google gives to contractors that sit there and have manual reviews.
Actually look at the pages and
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, I think a lot of people misunderstand what that is. Mm-hmm. You know, and here's the thing, there's very few people that know what's really going on there, but based on insight I got, which is, it's secondhand, but it's someone that used to be kind of close to that. Basically, what they're doing there is giving specific sites to look at. Mm-hmm. Like, these guys aren't doing your manual website.
No, they're not doing stuff, yeah.
But they're giving them blocks of sites, and they're having them do these analysis, and they're pushing it through their machine learning engines.
Yeah.
So then they can kind of see how, I think they're just stress testing their machine learning.
Yeah.
They're seeing how
trying
close
to
they
evolve
are.
it and testing it against their current algorithm. It's the same thing they do with CAPTCHAs.
For sure.
Like, they're using that data to figure out how to identify what's in a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And it turns into something where a lot of...
It's right up in your face.
Yeah. It turns into the situation where there's an entire section about your money, your life, and, you know, how that deals with, you know, they kind of tell the reviewer, you know, what that is, and, you know, what sites are YMYL and what is not, whatever. But it's interesting that that's one of the things they're training their machine learning to identify. Mm-hmm. Is, you know, if people are basically, you know, I don't want to say like conning people, but there are those iffy industries where there's a lot of like bad apples. Mm-hmm. There's some good apples for sure, but, you know, it's one of those little like higher risk, and it's people potentially investing their money or purchasing things that would help them
credit
make
card
more money.
data.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. So it's I always pay attention when stuff like that's affected, because it starts to, you know, it's nice to see if there starts to be a pattern of what Google's focusing on. Mm-hmm. In terms of, you know, which that makes a lot of sense that they wouldn't want stuff with health and finance. I mean, their old review system was broken.
Oh yeah, no, it was, yeah.
The aggregate review, which we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still think we're correct on that. Like, it doesn't make sense how they allowed you to just put that together. I mean,
Google's only real hope is if they connect their GMB review system with the sites within those
Yeah.
properties and somehow manage that internally.
yeah.
That would be, in long term, I could see that maybe coming into play, but
Sure.
they got a lot to do when it comes to that
I mean,
reviews and stars and stuff.
if you think about it, right now when you do a branded query, it'll pull the knowledge graph
Mhm.
that, for the business itself, that's going to pull from
Yeah.
your GMB. So having that entity association already accurate, I mean, it wouldn't be too far off for Google to know that and just automatically pipe those stars into queries that aren't branded if that listing or if that website shows up. But at the end of the day, the biggest questions, okay, I'm a Google stockholder, right? Figuratively, not literally. I actually don't own any Google stock, but
Yeah.
I'm sitting there as a Google stockholder, and let's say I own enough where my opinion matters, right?
Yeah.
And whatever, we're in a meeting, and I'm wondering where engineering budgets are going, and they say, oh hey, we're going to make it so businesses stars pipe in from the GMB because it keeps everyone honest.
Mhm.
And as a consumer, like as an SEO, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Now we just have to work our asses off to make sure we don't have bad reviews.
Yeah.
It could also, like negative review games, review games,
Yeah.
like people leaving negative reviews, like nefariously, like,
Yeah.
that aren't legit. That becomes a bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like that's great for an SEO. If you can keep positive reviews rolling in, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But as someone, as a stockholder, I'm like, we want something to detract from ad clicks.
Mm-hmm. We
Like,
want
why?
more color and stuff in the organics. Like put the stars in the ad clicks. Like that's the only place
Exactly.
we want to see ratings.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
That, they have the Google guarantee. You run, Jesus,
Yeah. I really like you.
Jesus. You run the local ads
Guaranteed,
in the
yeah.
back. Like, why would you want to detract from the model that literally brings in?
The money.
I mean, to even call it a lion's share would be not giving it enough credit. Like it's how they make their
It's
money.
their money. It's,
Exactly.
if you rip that out of there, Google goes away.
Yeah, and it might not seem huge until if it affects things a couple percent. I mean, that's massive considering the amount of ad revenue they make. A couple percent in either direction can be pretty impactful. So I don't know, but that was a good article. That's on MOZ.com, guys. It's by Dr. Peter J. Myers. We need to start really leveraging those
doctorates
that we
worked hard for those doctorates.
We did.
We worked really hard.
We're metaphysics doctors.
Yeah, specialize in metaphysics for 3 or 4 years now. I think that qualifies me as an expert.
Yeah, I mean, they sent us the papers. So yeah, it's a cool article. I agree. The industry section.
That was interesting. That was most interesting, I thought.
For me, yeah. I mean, there's a decline. That's not that surprising. I'm actually surprising. It was only 14%.
See, the thing is, too, is you have to consider, like they show the industries that those decreased in, but you have to consider the number of industries that would most commonly implement the stars, because that would impact the percent decrease. If 90% of financial sites were using schema markups,
Sure.
and only, like 1% of sports and fitness or something.
Right.
So that could have been a big impact, too, on those numbers, something just to keep in mind.
That's a good point. Yeah.